What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Chad's Home. Today, I have the pleasure of sitting with a very exciting artist from South El Monte. She is T-Pain's favorite new artist and will soon be yours, and that is Calista Del Toro. What's up, Calista?
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, yeah. And let's just dive in with the T-Pain thing, because I was like the coolest thing.
Yeah.
So he found your song on Discord, right? And he saw Urge on Discord?
Yeah, so I guess he does this live stream where he has people just like suggest their music, like comment their music so he can rate it and stuff and be like, oh yeah, it's cool, or oh no, you need to work on it.
Yeah.
And a family friend, he put my song up, and then at first I guess it messed up. Did you see the video?
Yeah.
So I guess like there was a glitch and he thought that we deleted it or something.
Right.
But then like it finally worked, and then he listened to it, and then he like was really into it. And I was really nervous because at first, I mean, I saw a clip from before, like from the songs before, and he was like, oh yeah, like this is cool.
Yeah.
And so, but obviously the music was like different than my music, and so when he was listening to it, he like really liked it. And that was a crazy feeling.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
It was he liked it so much that he like literally went back and played it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, all right, let's see what the next one is. Actually, no, I'm gonna listen again.
Yeah.
Is he working on that remix, or what's going on?
Well, actually, we were able to contact some people on his team, so we're just like,
oh, cool.
We're just working on that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That'd be so rad.
Yeah.
That'd be so rad. And I'm glad it was that song, because that song is so freaking good.
Thank you.
Congrats
Thank
on it. So whenever we discover new music, like Robert and I behind the camera, we share stuff all the time when we're like trying to get to artists and everything. And when I told him about Urge, he like listened to it, and then he texted me back like, dude, this is the best song that like any Chad's Home artist has done. Like this would be like he was like freaking out. I was like, okay, sweet, like we're on the same page. So yeah, that song's amazing. Congrats on all the success.
Thank you. It's funny because we actually weren't going to put that song out yet. It was just going to be my other song, Better Than This. But I was going to work on a project with somebody like for that song. So we were like, oh, might as well just release it.
Oh,
and
no
like,
way.
Yeah, it was kind of, I wouldn't say like a throwaway track, but it was kind of just like, oh, like we'll release it. Like whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's so funny how I feel like that happens a lot with artists, where it's like the song that they don't think, or that they like don't really care about, or like not that you didn't care about it, but like songs that aren't like the priority, like this is gonna be the hit. That's what like resonates with people.
No, I heard about that too. I think it was with MGMT, right? They didn't want to put out, what was it, Kids? Yeah, they didn't want to put it out.
Dang.
Yeah. And then they did, and then it just like became one of their biggest songs.
Wow, that's a trip. Dang. But Urge, it's about your parents, right? Or something about the club?
Yeah, so when I wrote it, it was like back in 2020 when I wanted to write like an upbeat song that was like having fun at a club, but I was barely 20, so I didn't even have an experience like being at a club. And then I remembered that my parents met at a club, so I was just like, I asked my mom to come in my room, and I was like, oh, like, how did you and dad meet? Like, I know you met at a club, but like, how did the story go? And she was just like, oh, well, I knew about him because he was a club promoter. But he wasn't really my type, but one day he just asked me to dance, and I was kind of drunk, so I was like, sure, why not? And that's how they met.
That's so great.
She actually gets mad when I tell this story, because she's like, no, like, I wish it was something cuter. I'm like, so who cares? It's just like that.
That's amazing. Yeah. Well, it's lasted, so that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
This one is called Urge.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's 12:35 and they're playing my favorite song. It's crowded inside, but you've seen me all night long. I've heard all the hype, is they not my type, but this drink has got me feeling a different way tonight. Yeah. I might be talking crazy, but there's something about you, baby. You give me the urge. I feel something in return. Ain't a bad time for a good time, and I know some things that you like. You give me the urge. I feel something in return, and I've got that urge. I've got that urge. Under these lights, baby, all the rules are different. Your eyes catching mine, and the look is so convincing. Got nowhere to be, and you're here with me, and this conversation's got me feeling but there's something about you, baby. You give me the urge. I feel something in returning. Ain't no bad time for a good time, and I know some things that you like. You give me the urge. I feel something in returning. I've got that urge. I've got that urge. I've got that urge. I've got that urge. I might be talking crazy, but there's something about you, baby. You give me the urge. I feel something in returning. Ain't no bad time for a good time, and I know some things that you like. You give me the urge. I feel something in return. I've got that urge. I've got that urge. I've got that urge. I've got that urge.
So when you write music, do you obviously like you do a lot of songwriting yourself, but do you work with like other producers and stuff to kind of bring it to the full product, or like how does that work?
So I actually have a songwriting and production team that I work with.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're called Lion Child.
Nice.
So there's Lance, Rachel, and Natalia. And Lance, he does more of the production side, and Rachel and Natalia, they help me with like the melodies and stuff.
Sick.
And the lyrics. So usually I come up with an idea, like just a verse or a chorus, and then I take it to them, and then we just grow from there.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
And I heard that, tell me if I get this right, but you kind of started music through like a sibling rivalry, like you and your sister?
Yeah, I did. So my sister started singing. Because my parents, they're very supportive with everything. So they just tried to put us in a bunch of different things. And so they were taking my sister to like guitar lessons, singing lessons, putting her in talent shows and stuff. And I saw that I guess she was getting a bunch of attention. And I was only 4, but I guess I was just like very jealous. So I was like, oh, I want attention too. So I started singing, and then I joined a talent show. And then like since I was 4, that's when I started singing.
That's so cool. I love that. Does she still sing?
She doesn't. No.
But is she a fan?
Yeah, she's very supportive. Yeah. She doesn't sing. I mean, she sings sometimes like for fun, but sometimes she's tone deaf, so it's fine. Yeah.
So you surpassed.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because I know that it makes it so much easier with like, especially when you're kind of newer and like up and coming, to have the family support, because I think it's a very, I don't know, I say this a lot, but I have so much respect for artists and just like people going down that path, because it's such a weird alternative path, and like could be really hard, and obviously the payoffs could be amazing, but it's just like what you love and what you feel like you're kind of called to do. So is that that family support obviously must mean a lot.
Yeah. No, yeah. Well, like I said, like they like to put us in a bunch of different things, and I mean, even though I liked singing, like there would be times when my parents would like try to put me in dance lessons or guitar lessons and stuff. Even when I would go to singing lessons, like I'd be like, no, I don't want to go, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But then like it was their support that actually like helped me like get to where I am.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. Shout out to your family.
I know. I love my family.
And your first band, Alone Together?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the guys that are going to perform?
Yeah, they're helping me out
cool.
today.
Yeah. All right, we'll see them in a little bit. That's rad. So how is it like? You were in high school, I imagine. Like
So I was in an all-girl rock band. I was just like the rhythm guitarist, but I didn't even know how to really play guitar at that time. They just kept me because I was also the background singer, so they just kept me for my vocals. That's what they told me to. And then we just went our separate ways, and then the bassist and I were just like, oh, we should start our own band. So that was when we were 15.
Got it.
And then we met Anthony. Oh, snap. We met Anthony through a mutual friend. And so then we just like formed our band. Like
wow.
That. Yeah.
That's cool. And you were just playing. Was that when you played like with the Red Pears at the
Yeah, that was with the Red Pears. I think that was like in 2016.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
Shout out to the Red Pears.
Yes.
Shout out to El Monte. Okay, nice. So is it obviously that band's no longer together, right?
No. So we like went our separate ways back, I would say, at the beginning of 2019, and that's when I really started focusing on my like solo music.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's like the pros and cons? Like, is it tougher being in a band, or is it tougher being like a solo artist?
Honestly, I loved being in a band. It would just be kind of hard sometimes, you know, with different schedules and stuff.
Right.
Like trying to figure out practices and like shows, like not being able to do shows sometimes because, you know, different people have different schedules.
Right. Right.
But yeah, so obviously like doing it solo, you don't have to worry about that stuff.
Right.
But just sometimes it kind of feels like empty without a band.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
you just have yourself to kind of lean
yeah,
on
exactly.
and like figure stuff out
Yeah.
with. Yeah. Dang. So when did the solo career start? Like, when did you really start pushing Calista as like your own project?
Yeah, I had a song called Intoxicated that I released in January of 2019.
Okay.
But it's not up anymore. But that was like the first solo song that I had out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So it hasn't been a super long time, right?
No,
like you're
no.
still kind of
Yeah.
helping. But have you played like shows and stuff as a solo
I did
artist?
a few shows with this like event team called A Hang for Creatives.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a few acoustic shows like that. But then COVID happened, and then like there was nothing else to do.
Yeah. Right on. And then we're starting to hopefully get back to all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So do you remember the first time you like really was like, okay, I really want to take music seriously. Like, this is what I want to do.
Honestly, I can't. I mean, I remember like when I actually have a picture of myself when I was like in first grade at a city talent show, like singing. But I think that's the time when I figured out that that's what I love. Like, even at that young age, like I just knew that I loved being on stage.
Dang.
Because like it's weird, like being able to like make people like tear up. But even like when I was a kid, like I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Like in a good way, you know,
Totally.
like when you're singing and stuff. So I like knew since then, like since like the first grade, that this is for sure what I want to do.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, and I was actually just talking to the Red Pairs about this, but when you play live, when you perform live to people, it's such a cool experience because it's like, it's no longer just your song. It's no longer like only what you hear. It's like the fans as well. Yeah. And when you could, you know, solicit such like a response of people crying, like that has to be such a memorable thing.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And, like, yeah.
I mean, before I would just do like covers of songs.
Yeah.
And like, I remember at a school talent show, I was doing that Bruno Mars song, When I Was Your Man. And like, and some of my friends came up to me, they're like, oh my gosh, I started crying. And I was like, oh my gosh. But then being able to do that with your own music, like that's also crazy.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Like with your own words and stuff, your own feelings, like thinking that people also like can feel that as deeply. It's crazy.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So speaking of like those covers, Bruno and all that, you're a fan of like what are like your bigger influences? I heard you listen to the Beatles. You're a fan of the Beatles.
Yeah, I love the Beatles.
Fan of Lana.
I love Taylor Swift. Honestly, Taylor Swift is like my top singer, songwriter inspiration.
Nice.
And I really love Harry Styles too.
Nice.
I like the pop people. Yeah. Oh snap! I just hit this. Sorry,
you're good. Have you seen Taylor live?
Okay, so one time, it was what is it called? The Weekend Survive, and I was able to go backstage for that at the Hollywood Bowl, and she walked by me, and I literally freaked out. Like, I mean, I've been able to like meet other artists before, but like just the fact that Taylor Swift walked by me, like I didn't even talk to her or anything.
Yeah.
Like it was just so crazy. My eyes started tearing up. I couldn't even talk. She walked by and I was like this, like trying not to look at her, but like it was just crazy.
Yeah, just the presence of like Taylor Swift.
Actually, I mean, I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying this, but also her mic stand was backstage, and like I like touched it, and I was like, oh my god, it's Taylor Swift's mic stand. But
that's amazing.
Yeah,
dang.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, hopefully you guys will play together one day.
Oh my gosh, that'd be crazy.
That'd be so fun. Yeah, she's massive. She did like she was gonna play like the SoFi, like the Rams Stadium, and like all that stuff. Yeah, it's such a trip. So
yeah,
that's
I think
really
she was
cool.
gonna be the first artist to perform there.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Such a bummer.
Yeah.
Nice, but what do so like you listen to all these artists? Does that kind of help with your songwriting and like help with the direction that you kind of want to take your project? Like, do you feel inspired by them, kind of thing?
Yeah, when it comes to like songwriting, I mean, I still struggle like trying to figure out like what I want to say in songs, but then I've just realized like literally you could just write whatever you feel.
Yeah.
And like sometimes it'll be good, sometimes it'll be bad, but as long as you just keep like keep going, keep writing, then one day it'll get better.
Yeah,
you know?
amazing.
But it's kind of hard sometimes because I mean, yeah, like the Beatles and Taylor Swift and Harry Styles are like my main inspiration, but I do enjoy a lot of different music, like a lot of different genres. And so, yeah, like sometimes I want to write dance songs, you know, like Urge or something, or like more upbeat, but sometimes I want to write like more on the folk side.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's just hard to figure out like who I am with that.
Yeah.
Like which style fits me more. So I don't know. I'm still figuring that out.
Yeah. That's cool. Still in that kind of like formative. And I think what's really cool now with like streaming and with the way that artists really promote themselves nowadays, and I feel like all the different outlets are receptive to that. You know, like you don't have to be like one thing. Like even like Taylor Swift made that kind of darker album, and then she made like the super fun pop album, then the very folk album. It's like the biggest artists in the world could kind of do whatever they want. So it's
That's true,
it kind of like frees up. I don't know. I think that might help.
You know what too? Sorry. So when you release a song, you're able to like see like who adds songs to their playlist. And like lately I've been looking at people's playlists and seeing which songs that they add Urge on. And I've noticed that a lot of people have it on so many different playlists, like different genres. Like sometimes it's hip hop, sometimes it's more like pop, like folk. And I think that's cool because that's kind of like me, you know, like as a listener, like as the audience, like I listen to a lot of stuff. So like seeing that other people are like me, like that's cool.
Yeah. That's
like
awesome.
similar. Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, I love that.
The song is called Better Than This.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Fast kind of life, slipping into slow motion. Would you stay until the light fades? Do that thing you do the right way. Paradise is when you dive into my waves. Ocean blue eyes, sunset and cigarettes burned in my mind. I know I won't forget. It's never gonna get better than this. Never gonna get better. We die tonight. This would be our heaven. Salt in the air, kissing your lips, and I can taste it. Young love affair, leaning to desire. Would you stay until the light fades? Do the thing you do the right way. Paradise is when you dive into my waves. Ocean blue eyes, sunset and cigarettes burned in my mind. I know I won't forget. It's never gonna get better than this. Never gonna get better. We die tonight. This would be our heaven. It's never gonna get better than this. Never gonna get better. We die tonight. This would be our heaven.
So how did you get hooked up with the Queen of LA, Yesi Ortiz?
So she actually saw my band,
She's behind the camera, brother.
Yeah, we were doing one of our Battle of the Bands, and then a family friend posted us. It's always a family friend that posts us on Facebook, and then she saw us, and she was like, "Oh, like I'd like to meet them." Blah blah blah.
That's
so
awesome.
That's how we met. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
That was in 2016.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow. Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, to have a support system like that's pretty rad. So shout out to Yesi. Thank you, Yesi.
Shout out to Yesi.
And I wanted to just talk, so your family friends post a lot. So you have that like love from your family friends and like support and all that, which you were saying. But also here y'all like to hit the casinos sometimes.
So my mom, not my dad so much, but my mom and like everybody else in our family loves to go gamble. Nice. But I think because I've just been around it my whole life, like now that I'm 21 and able to gamble, I don't really like to gamble. Like I like to go to the casinos. I like the environment. Yeah. You know, get a drink, you know. Yeah. But to gamble, I'm like, no, I can save my money. Go shopping.
Right. Yeah. I work too hard for to risk it. Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. I wanted to talk about what you have coming up too, because are you working on some like new music? Are you playing some shows? Like what's like looking forward now that the world's reopening a little bit?
We don't have any shows lined up yet, but hopefully we get some. But like music wise, putting out music, we have a few projects that are like in the works, and our next project is going to be more like on the rock side. So I'm like super excited about that. Yeah. Like going back to the different genres that I do, like I feel like each of these next 4 projects are kind of different, but like kind of similar in the sense where I guess just because it's like, I don't know, me and my voice, but I'm just so excited for all these different projects that are gonna come out.
That's rad. Yeah, that's super rad. What type of like rocky stuff? Like is it like Olivia Rodrigo's kind of rock punk, or is it more like?
Honestly, I don't even know how to explain it. That's the thing, is like people are like, oh, what genre are you? Like, how do you like describe your music? I'm like, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, people got to listen to figure it out. I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's rad.
Whatever they feel, that's what it is.
Yeah, and I think that's good, because when you have that freedom to like do whatever you want, you're not like worried like, oh, this might be too rocky or this might be too whatever. It's like, nah, just do whatever the song feels right and like however it's best for the song.
And that's what's cool about the team that I work with. It's like whatever I come up with, like they just grow from it. Like they don't try to change it too much to like, I mean, obviously I'm going to listen to what they have to say, and we don't ever like argue or anything, but they just grow from what I have. Yeah. Like they don't try to change it to like one specific thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's great. Because I feel like I hear so many horror stories of like artists having a vision and then the producer kind of comes in and like completely changes it or like pushes them to do something they don't really want to do. So that's cool. It's like totally free flowing ideas and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited to hear what you guys got today. It's gonna be super fun. You're covering a Dua song?
A Dua Lipa song. Yeah, awesome. We're gonna do Levitating.
Dang, that's gonna be great. It's such a jam. So I'm curious how it's gonna sound like acoustically. You know.
I know. Well, now I'm scared. Now that you say it like
that. No, like a good way. In a good way. Yeah. I love like the way. I mean, like. The way Nirvana, I always go back to like how Nirvana did their acoustic songs, you know, on MTV, and it was like the most legendary thing of this crazy, insane rock band doing like stripped down, super mellow, and I just love that stuff.
Have you heard Kurt Cobain's cover of "And I Love Her"? The Beatles song?
I don't know. That
one's really good.
Dang, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's like very stripped down too, like Kurt Cobain style. Yeah, it's so good.
Damn. Yeah. Hell yeah. Thanks for the rec. I'll check that out.
You should listen to it.
Awesome. Was there anything else you wanted to chat about or that we didn't touch on, or shout outs or anything?
No, I think that's it. I mean, shout out to Yesi and Anthony and Johnny who are here.
Yeah.
They're going to help me. Shout out to you guys here.
Of course. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is amazing. Thank you so much for coming through, and I'm very excited to hear this stuff.
Thank you.
Couple quick shout outs from my end. Shout out to DC Shoes. They sponsor the series. They keep us alive. Love you, DC. Shout out to Topo Chico Mineral Water, of course, best mineral water in the game. And Phil's Coffee. They hooked it up with some coffee and sent some cold brew for the musicians behind the stage. They're chugging some coffee right now. Hopefully that doesn't affect the performance too much, but we'll see. Thank you so much, Calista, again. And Yesi, thank you. And this is going to be great. It's great to meet you.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay.
All right.
This next song is called Nostalgia. I'm drowning in nostalgia. just not the same. We both grew up, two different people, but I'd give it all to meet you the first time again. I'm drowning in nostalgia, hanging on to who we were. I wish we could be what we used to be, but we're not. Whoa. I wish we could be what we used to be. I've been seeing us laughing on the promenade, now just a memory so far, far away. Maybe it's enough, that's all we'll ever be, but I'd give it all to meet you the first time again. I'm drowning in nostalgia, hanging on to who we were. I wish we could be what we used to be, but we're drowning in nostalgia, hanging on to who we were. I wish we could be what we used to be, but we're not. Whoa. I wish we could be what we used to be.
Hey, what's up? Just letting you know we are now on Patreon. Sign up for exclusive performance videos. You get the episodes early and a bunch of other cool stuff. The link is in the description. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much.